Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2024 and another part of this Newcastle United series where today we are trying to continue our push into the Champions League places while also taking on our Champions League round of 16 against Bayer Leverkusen. We got a little bit of luck with the draw, although Bayer Leverkusen did beat us 3-0 at home earlier this season. But you can see some much tougher draws in there, which are going to shape up some interesting quarterfinals depending on who makes it through. Chances that City, Real Madrid, Arsenal, PSG, hopefully, some of those big teams could get knocked out. Also, keeping an eye on this Salzburg-Milan match. I'd like to play one of those teams in the quarterfinals with a bit of luck. But first, we need to beat Bayer Leverkusen to get there. Now, since the last episode where we had that frustrating return of 2 points from 9 in the league, we have gone on a 3-game winning streak. We managed to beat Crystal Palace 3-2. It looks tighter than it was. They had like 0.4 XG and we had about 5, but it finished 3-2. Goals from Savio, João Neves and Joe Linton in that one. We then beat Blackburn 3-0, Tonali, Wahi and Savio again in there. And then once more, Savio scored. It was 3-1 over Fulham. Isak with 2 as well. Savio's made a lightning start to life with our team. 3 goals in 6 games, but 4 in 7 in all competitions. He's got off to a really good start for us. And hopefully that will continue today as we take on Bayer Leverkusen. Now, I will just quickly show you the league table, actually. You can see we're 10 points off second. We're 5 points off Arsenal. We're playing Spurs in this episode, who are currently 9 points ahead of us. So we need to win that game if we're going to close this gap down. But it is a tricky end to the season. Aston Villa is still 2 points ahead of us as well. But no talk of us being sacked, which I think is actually remarkable, given we were down in 10th quite a long way into the season. I think other managers may well have been sacked, but we have been able to turn it around with a really good run of form, except for that blip in the last episode. So today against Bayer Leverkusen, it's going to be Isak, Oyarzabal and Yamal starting on the wing. Savio not quite fully fit for this one. He will come off the bench if we need him. Then Tonali, Neves and Gertrudia are the midfield unit with Hernandez, Doyle, Scalvini, Frimpong and Trubin in goal. Obviously, there's a lot of games coming thick and fast, especially with the FA Cup as well. So we are having to rotate and rest. But against this Bayer Leverkusen team, we should be winning. Remember, they did beat us 3-0 when we played them in the group stage. So they are a dangerous team. This is not going to be an easy, guaranteed win for us. But we should be winning this game. Theo Hernandez already trying to build an attack down the left, but it doesn't work out. Now João Neves into Tonali. Finds Frimpong on the right. Beats the defender, puts it in. Theo Hernandez is there. João Neves is there. Isak is in. And he stabs the ball in the back of the net. No question of offside, according to the referees. And Isak with a crucial goal in the first minute to give us the advantage. The team did really well here, keeping the pressure up in this first minute. Theo Hernandez trying to win the header, couldn't. João Neves did. And it landed to Isak to volley home past Kovar for a 1-0 advantage over Bayer Leverkusen. Really nice start for us. In the other fixtures, all still 0-0. Obviously, it is very early in the game, but we have taken our lead. 10 minutes gone. Still only that one chance so far. Possession more in Bayer's favour. And here's Tonali's ball in. Goes up. Oyarzabal is there, and he's cannoned that one off the post. Really close to making it 2-0. Bayern Munich have now taken the lead against Porto. Frimpong with an easy intercept from Mukhtar. He's got players to his left as well. He's going to take it further forward. Puts it into Tonali. Now Yamal over to João Neves. And that was easy as you like. Yamal with a beautiful ball in. João Neves arriving to smack it home. And the future of the club in our youth performing to the highest level here in the Champions League knockouts. Tonali did well. Found Yamal there and he just slid it across to the penalty spot basically, and João Neves maybe making a claim for being a penalty taker the way he smacked that ball into the top corner. But we have got complete control of this match now, and Bayer Leverkusen are in a bit of trouble 20 minutes into a 180-minute tie. Obviously still lots of time to go here. Mukhtar with the ball finds Grimaldo. If they get a goal back here, suddenly the tie is back on and Schick has really messed up his lines there, putting that one high and wide with their first real chance of the game. Now Wirtz will take the corner in towards Tapsoba, comes to Palacios, Tapsoba again to Xhaka, and they keep getting under the ball as it flies high over the bar. Oyarzabal now with the corner. Isak is in there, but Kovar does come to claim. Dancing around with Isak trying to front him up. We're closing down the short balls and he's forced to send it long. Straight to Scalvini, now to Nali, to Yamal, to Gertrudia, Neves. Oh, he's lost the ball and we're short-handed at the back. Schick on the attack. And Doyle does really well there, but it's come for Wirtz. Round the corner, blocked. Grimaldo in, cleared away off the line. And very close to a Bayer Leverkusen goal there, but we managed to survive. Definitely come back at us quite hard in the last few minutes, but we're maintaining that clean sheet for now. Now Schick, sent all the way back to Jonathan Tah. Some people may remember some of these players when I managed Bayer Leverkusen in my European Journeyman series. Mukhtar not able to get that forward. Now Hincapi back to Tapsoba. Hincapi. Tonali trying to get the tackle in here. We need to get a bit of possession. Tapsoba to Xhaka. Hincapi back to Tapsoba. We're doing well to contain them and push them back here, but they're just looking for that opening. And Tonali's won the ball. Now Oyarzabal charging down the left. Found Joe Neves inside. Isak is in. Oh, and it's deflected past the keeper. They're going to ask a question about offside, but I think he was on. And he's managed to stick that one in the back of the net. But the goal has been disallowed. That is really unfortunate. I thought he was onside then. Harry Kane getting injured for Bayern Munich. But we're just going to spook Bayer Leverkusen with that goal being ruled out, because 3-0 down by half-time, and they really would be in trouble. Could still happen. Theo Hernandez looking for Isak. Ball's cleared away. Gertrudia looking for Yamal. And now Mukhtar will counter, but Gertrudia with a big tackle. He may have injured himself there. Tonali giving the ball away. Yamal's still got it. Now Oyarzabal, and he's just smacked that one over the top of the bar. It looks like Gertrudia is indeed injured. Yeah, we're going to have to take him off, bring on Zaire Emery in defensive midfield. But a 2-0 advantage at the moment. Tonali with a corner. Players in the box. Isak's in there. It's come out to João Neves. Now Tonali back to Theo Hernandez. Oh, and he's found the top corner. We've been missing goals from him this season. Both the fullbacks really struggling to get goals this season. But Theo Hernandez there with an absolute rocket into the top corner. João Neves was there, back to Tonali, pulled it to Theo, and he smashed it into that top corner, past diving Kovar, as we made it 3-0. Liverpool now leading Real Madrid, as well as Oyarzabal intercepts. Finds Frimpong with a lot of space down the right. He gets to the byline, still going Frimpong, and that could have gone anywhere in the 6-yard box, but they have managed to clear it away as we approach the final half an hour. Players looking fairly good at the moment. I'm going to take Isak off for Wahi though. I'm trying to get Wahi a bit more integrated into the team if I can. As we get towards the end of this game, I will be just bringing on some of the youngsters as Grimaldo takes his corner, and Schick has stuck it in the back of the net, and it's not all over yet. That was a bit of a nothing goal, just straight from a corner onto his head. I mean, that was a melee of players. Anyone could have got their head to that, and it has gone in. Trubin's positioning probably could have been a bit better there, but 3-1 it is. They do deserve a goal today. They've really come at us quite hard at times. Man City now beating Chelsea 2. Tonali from the corner. Can we do the same to them? In it goes. Oh, and we have Scalvini with the header. Game completely over now for Bayer Leverkusen, and we're just going to make a couple of last little changes here, trying to see if who would be worth bringing off. I think actually that'll do. Don't need to make unnecessary changes here, but Scalvini with a really good header from the corner, cancelling out their headed goal from a corner as well. Tonali put the ball in, and there he was at the near post, and they cannot let the first man at a corner be an attacking player. Their defenders have got to have better structure add a corner. But here we are, 4 minutes left to play, nearly all over, and there it is, a 4-1 win. We get our revenge over Bayer Leverkusen for our defeat in the group stages, and we have crushed them in their own backyard. Wins for Bayern Munich, City and Liverpool as well, but there are second legs to go. And in the meantime, we need to take on Tottenham Hotspur to try and keep our push for the top 4 going. Well, we have rotated a fair amount for this one. Doyle moves to left back with Botman coming in alongside Silva in defence. We've got Bruno coming in, João Neves, Joe Linton all in central midfield, and Savio comes back in on the right flank to join Oyarzabal and Isak up top. This is a huge game against a team in the top 4, a game we really have to be winning. Kulusevski has caused us no end of problems this season, so hopefully we can keep him contained. He's actually been such a problem for us. I genuinely thought about signing him in the summer in January before picking up Savio. João Neves there hitting the post, a really good effort. He's been doing that role that we saw Joe Linton and Tonali do last season, where he's been popping up in midfield and trying to score goals. Joe Linton's already got 10 or more this season, so there's definitely goals from our midfield. Now here's Pedro Porro. Ball's gone all the way over to Andre, now Ramzini, and he's pushed that one a bit too far past the post, trying to bend it in there, but couldn't quite get the whip on it. But you can see Spurs having an excellent season, up in 3rd place, but we have to beat them. Try and drag them back down into the Champions League mud fight. And here is Botman, sending it back to Trubin. Botman again. Comes out wide. We're playing a very wide structure at the moment. Oyarzabal down the left flank. He's got players in there. Isak blocked, cleared away. We're not able to force that one over the line and into the back of the net. Man City still drawing with Nottingham Forest there. They're being dragged back into a title fight as well. Oyarzabal with a corner. In it goes. Joe Linton is there. And Pedro Porro off the line. Excellent positioning there. João Neves puts it in, Joe Linton, and this one just bounces off the crossbar and goes out. We've got another corner though. Oyarzabal to take. Whips it in. Joe Linton the target again. João Neves arriving. Oh, he took his time with that, which I think was the right thing to do, but then just couldn't power it past the goalkeeper and defenders. Their goal under siege right now, and finally Vicario does claim the ball from the corner. They were absolutely hammering them then and weren't able to force the ball into the back of the net. As we approach half-time and it is still 0-0, we need a goal. We need to win this game to qualify for the Champions League. Now here's João Neves. Big tackle from Andre. Kulusevski looking to cause damage. Oh, crowded out well now. Isak to Joe Linton. Sends it all the way back. Smart play from him. Antonio Frimpong. Trying to find space for Savio. Puts it across. Andre away, and now Ramzani, who alongside Kulusevski has been a real nightmare for us recently. Andre out wide to Basuma with too much space. Joe Linton has fouled him, I think, but the game carries on as Maddison sticks that in the back of the net. Could have been a penalty. Didn't need it. Maddison scored the goal all by himself. And instead of pushing for the lead, we now are finding ourselves behind. I think Joe Linton did get the ball there, actually. It was just a badly animated tackle. And Maddison there finishing well past Trubin to make it 1-0 to Spurs. Now they've got a corner. We have collapsed a few times this season after going a goal down. Pedro Porro takes it. Ooh, Van der Ven nearly getting that one into that near post. But we've got to do more here. Spurs are not a better team than us. This shouldn't really be happening. Savio with a corner. Joe Linton's there. It's come out to Torres from distance. He struck the crossbar. And we've had a few efforts like that getting them a little bit more central on the goal, not by much, but a little bit, could have made all the difference. And as it stands, we remain a goal down to Spurs, and more is needed. Take Joe Linton off, bring Tonali on. Kulusevski's off the pitch at least. But time running out here, and we just do not seem to be able to get this goal that we need Corner now, taken by Tonali. Swings it in. Botman is there, and he's put it over. And it could be all over now. I'm going to have to make some more little changes, see if we can force anything to happen in this game. But it's looking unlikely right now. Little triple substitution to try and shake things up into the last few minutes of this game. And it's just not happening for us. How many times do we fail to score in these games where we have a lot of XG? And there it is, a damaging defeat for us in the Premier League. And where does that leave us? That leaves us 5 points off Arsenal still with, well, they've got a game in hand, so it could be 8 points off Arsenal. And our attention's probably going to have to turn to Aston Villa. And if we can hunt them down for that 5th place finish, it could get us into the Champions League. But this is really poor from us in the league. We were poor last season. We lost 10 games, but still managed to win the title. We've already lost 9 this season. It's only getting worse for us, and Arsenal have indeed pulled away. Aston Villa could still pull away as well. When you look at the fixtures to come, Liverpool, City, Brighton in there as well. This is going to be a really tough finish to the season. But up next, we need to get past Bayer Leverkusen. We've got that 3-goal advantage. And if we do that, we will at least be in the Champions League quarterfinals. Well, as we approach the Bayern Leverkusen game, I made the executive decision to skip this one and instead go to the FA Cup quarter-final away from home against Everton as a slightly more interesting game given the 4-1 win in the first leg against Bayer Leverkusen. And you can see we missed an absolute barnstorming match as we did manage to get through, but it was a 4-4 draw. We took the lead through Isak and then Ayorzabal. They pegged us back to all square through Patrick Schick and Kasunu, but then Wahi scored twice in a minute, 63-64 to make it 4-2. Then the 88th and 93rd minute, Bayer Leverkusen managed to fight back and get a draw on the night. Not that it matters too much as we are into the Champions League quarter-final, so really big result for us there. Now against Everton, we're going to play a strong team. Yamal and Torres, the only sort of weak links coming in, where we swapped out Ayorzabal and Savio, who is going to miss this entire game. I don't think he should miss the entire game, really. Let's bring him in for Wilson, who's definitely not going to play. So we should be able to win this one. It's still a very strong team out there. Everton, not that strong a team, so we should be able to get past them. Not much in there that's too different from where we are already. Talisca, an interesting signing, but fairly consistent Everton side, you'd have to say. And in this game, we should be making it into the quarterfinal, into the semi-finals rather, and hopefully we'll play either Brighton or Leeds. That'd be really nice. And set us up with an FA Cup final for the first time. Now here's Patterson attacking down the right, but Bruno does his job and wins the ball. Scalvini plays it over to Antonio. Now Frimpong can charge down that right flank like he loves to do. And that's where he's going, but he's not quite won it. Bamba there and Frimpong battling on that right side. Ball sent back to Antonio. Over the top for Yamal, into Isak, and scores at the near post. But the referee's going to rule this one out, is he? I don't know. There must be the first ball over the top that would be for the offside, run the ball across the face. But the goal's been given. It did look like an onside goal. Frimpong did really well. But the ball from Bruno here over the top is excellent. That must have been the offside because Isak was behind Yamal for the second one. And he tucks it home to give us a 1-0 lead over Everton. Crucial victory here if we manage to deliver it. Because that FA Cup semi-final, we haven't made the semi-finals. Don't even think we made the quarterfinals of the FA Cup up to now. We've got a really good chance of winning the whole thing and getting a bit more silverware in what has been a difficult season. Now here's Talisca attacking down the left flank, puts it in. Becker is there, brings it down, plays it in, and Onana has scored only his second of the season as he pegs us back to all square. Really disappointing to concede like that. Talisca overhit cross, Becker able to bring it down, spin the defender and pull it through his legs, and then Trubin beaten at his near post. Mistake from the defender as well, not closing it down properly, and that's just a litany of errors. Now here comes Joe Linton trying to push it out wide, but it doesn't work out. Patterson to Onana. Everton happy to play this one out from the back. Pickford eventually does go long, looking for Beto, but Antonio, nearly deals with it. There were definitely easier headers for him to make, and Beto there nearly made it all the way, but was held up at the last second, and Trubin was able to pick up the ball. Now, Everton, again on the attack, they seem to have really turned it on since going a goal down, or we've turned it off, I'm not sure which. Michaelenko out to Bamba, but Frimpong is going to win that foot race. Now Antonio to Neves, under a bit of pressure back to Trubin. Trying to go back through Frimpong. He can charge down that right flank once more, but finds Neves. Now Yamal cutting inside, finds Isak. And Pickford stuck out his big left hand to push that one behind for a corner. And it'll be Torres to take the corner. And Pickford happy to come and claim it. I'm trying to get a bit more out of the team as we push towards half-time, because we've been really poor in the last few minutes. As we head towards half-time here, very slowly. And not many more chances coming. Free kick now for Torres, whipped in. Joelinton is there, but it's cleared away. And now Talisca can break. Got to be careful, he's a good player. He finds Becker. More players arriving in this counter-attack. Onana, Scalvini gets it away. Now can we hit them on the counter? It's Torres charging forward. He's got Isak ahead of him, Torres. Still pushing down the left. Players arriving on the edge of the area. It's come through and Isak is taken out. And it is a penalty which Isak will take for us and hopefully give us the lead. Just having a look. The penalty has been given, unsurprisingly. And Isak now... He's missed an important penalty before. Can he score this one? He steps up and sends Pickford the wrong way to make it 2-1. And that's 25 goals for him now this season. Not the sort of heights that he's used to hitting, but he's been fairly consistent this season, scoring all through the season rather than being very patchy like he was last year. I think the pressure from Wahi being in the team has helped a bit. Now here's Talisca from the free kick just before half-time. Are they going to strike back straight away? Talisca is looking to take this one. Puts it in. Onana. Oh, he's done it again, Onana. Set piece undoes us. Really simple stuff as well, right before half-time. Everybody just switching off. And Onana's now got 2 goals in this game. 66% of all his goals this season have come in the first half of this match, which has everything you need to know about whether Everton deserve to be all square going in at the break. But this has happened a lot to us this season. We just are not getting the XG results that we're supposed to be getting. And I don't know if it's just variance or if it's something wrong with the tactic. I'm not sure what it is. But it is just not quite working for us. Might be time to make a few changes now. Take Joelinton off, bring Tonali on, take Frimpong off, bring Gertrudia on. And then we'll make the offensive changes a bit closer to full time. Here's Trubin to Scalvini. Why are you trying to lazily pick passes like that in midfield? And now Becker on the attack cuts in, but Trubin makes a stop. And I think it's time to refresh the front line. Bring Wahi on. Bring on Ayorzabal. And also, let's bring on Savio. And see if collectively they can make the difference. Trubin here sends the ball forward. Isak can't win it, and João Neves has lost out to Beto. He's got 5 players in the box. He goes to Michaelenko on the edge of the area. Tonali wins it. Now Maddy has time and has just put that one over the top. Trubin had it covered, I think, but if he'd found the top corner there with a bit more pace, who knows. His corner from Tonali. Scalvini over the top. 20 minutes left to go. Still not quite going in our favour. Ayorzabal here with the throw in to Tonali. Teo Hernandez gets to the byline, puts it into Wahi. João Neves is there. It could have been a penalty on Wahi, but it came through to João Neves, and he gets his 10th goal of the season, a crucial one as well, as it gives us the lead here in this FA Cup quarter-final. Teo Hernandez whipped it across. Wahi went down, but it came to Neves, and he had a lot of that goal to aim at as he stuck it in the bottom corner and made it 3-2 to us. In a very nice position. 15 minutes left to go in this game. The changes seem to have largely worked for us. Here's João Neves. Now Bruno. Antonio pushing out wide. Scalvini brings the ball forward. Finds João Neves, trying to slip in Wahi, but it didn't work. Gertrudio to Savio to Tonali. Finds Savio. Oh, good save from Pickford there. Savio could have killed it for us. But instead we'll go to the corner. Oyarzabal to take it. Whips it at the near post. Comes to Antonio, and he's headed that quite forcefully straight at Pickford at the near post. But as it stands, we will be making it to the FA Cup semi-finals. Can we see the last of this game out? Time nearly up in this one. Few minutes of added time left. And we have done it here. We have beaten Everton. A really tough game, but we got the win. And we have made it into the semi-finals of the FA Cup quite nicely. We'll just have a quick look at how the other fixtures go and how the FA Cup semi-final draw does shape up. It'll be interesting to see. I do really want to win the FA Cup. I do love it as a competition. It's not always a priority. It's always got to be Champions League and Premier League as priority. But when your league season has gone the way this one has, it is nice to get that bit of silverware. Now let's have a look at this FA Cup semi-final draw. Held in a dingy little room. Let's have a look. First team out is Spurs, and they are drawn with Burnley, West Brom or Liverpool. That's quite a selection of teams to pick from. And next up, we will play Brighton for a place in the FA Cup final against presumably Spurs or Liverpool. If it's Spurs, we keep losing to Spurs and they keep winning the FA Cup, so that'll be an interesting one. If you look at their past winners here, last two have gone to Spurs against Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea not having the best record in the FA Cup lately. Look at that. 4 defeats in 5 years there. They've won one of a lot of finals more recently. But up next, in the next episode, we will be taking on Liverpool, playing the Champions League quarter-final against whoever we are drawn against, and playing Man City as well. I have to see if we play the first or second leg in that. But a really tough run of fixtures. If you look at that Premier League table, we are still struggling. If we win our game in hand, we would go tied for 5th, which would be huge for us. I still want that top 4. I don't think it's beyond us yet, but a lot of work to do to get there. So do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed those games. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.